Yo, yo, yo. It's time for your favorite radio show. The Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. Let's go.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Overdose. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. You know him as a dope actor, Kevin D. Bitten. 360 twice jam, how he keep winning. And you know the baddest actress, Nikee won. She so bad you walking past, she had you speaking for her. If you ain't tuning in, this your reality check. You might miss out on your favorite star celebrity guest. When they celebrate, what you do? You get the bell, yeah. During Kevin's corner, get inspired and encouraged, yeah. Bend them corners while you listen, but don't swerve. Find out what's getting on Nikee nerves. What's bothering Nikee? What's bothering Nick? What's bothering Nikee? What's bothering Nick? Keep on playing. Me and Kevin goes and we gon' get you hit. Yo, check us out on social media. In your mobile phone, we everywhere. You other stations played out like a ringtone. Follow me like Bino, R-E-M-E-Y. Bino Remy. Pop like Semi. And my flow hotter. Thick a semi. Been doing this since I scraped up pennies. But back to the subject, Kevin Nikee.
Yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
What's the scenario? Oh yeah, what was that? That was that's old school hip hop.
Oh, that's old school hip hop. Old school hip hop. You know who like hip hop?
Who's that?
Kamala Harris.
She do?
Yeah, she loves hip hop.
You're not stereotyping, are you?
No,
okay.
She said it.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Yeah, she was doing an interview and she said, I like hip hop. I like to dance. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Because she always dances.
Oh, yeah, she always dancing.
Yeah, she loves hip hop.
Okay, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's maybe one of her favorite pastimes.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the hip hop.
The hibbit,
the jump stop, the rock, the
to
pop,
the bang, bang,
bang,
boogie.
bang, boogie, the up, jump, the boogie,
to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Yeah.
You know, one thing about old school hip hop, people rarely got shot, stabbed.
I know.
Or, you know what I'm saying? It was about who had the best DJ, who could rock the party, who was the best MC, and who had the best dancer. Nobody got shot, stabbed, slapped, karate kick.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It was about partying and having a good time.
Oh my goodness, yes,
and who could throw the best house party.
Yes. That's it.
But when the 90s rolled around,
Lord have mercy.
My goodness, they started shooting, stabbing.
Everybody, all the girls was
burning people's houses down. I'm just like, how did we get here?
I know, it's crazy.
How did we get
here? I mean, okay. Yeah, okay.
And then you start singing that song, where do we go
from here?
Do we walk away or do we keep on trying after the thrill is gone? Well, the thrill is gone because this is so violent. I'm going to tell you.
You get the...
It's a lot of violence out here, man.
I know.
Crazy, man. It's crazy. You know, and I'm going to tell you the difference that a generation makes for good reasons or for bad reasons.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, boy, but anyway.
Man,
man,
that was a good one. You better go ahead with your singing self today. Yes.
And that was old school. Remember that was old school too.
Yep.
Anyway. But there's always a lot going on. Always a lot to talk about. And without further ado, with that being said, it is now time for the mini adventures of Kevin and Nikee.
You was in that song too.
I was
you
into
was
it.
in it. You was into
I
it.
was reliving the moment.
Yes, you was into it.
Yeah, it was taking me back.
Y'all should see his face while he was singing. He had his eyes all closed.
I had my head tilted to the side. You know what I mean? You know how you got to tilt your head to the side when you're singing?
Had his eyes closed. He was feeling it. He was feeling it.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
yeah.
you felt that in your soul, didn't you?
I felt it down in my soul. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, man. So there's a lot going on, and always a lot to talk about. So what is going on in the adventures of Nikee's world?
Nikee has been writing.
Okay.
Yes, Jesus. Nikee has been writing, and I am so excited about what I'm writing. You know what they say? Write your own stuff and write yourself in it. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be some good things coming out of Nikee's bag. I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be some good things, and I'm going to line myself up with the right people so we can get some things shot.
That's it.
We can get some things shot, but although I have been writing, I did, get a chance to check out another movie.
Okay.
Movie.
Now this week is your turn.
It's my turn.
Movie of the week.
Yes.
I picked it last week.
Yes, you did.
With what was it? Last Shot.
Last Shot.
So now you got your pick movie of the week this week.
The movie of the week this week is called The Impossible. It came out in 2012.
Okay.
It is about a family of 5 who go on a family vacation to Thailand.
Okay.
And a tsunami hits and tears the entire island apart. Now listen, everybody, you're going to need some tissues. You're going to need some tissues because this movie, I'm not going to give it away. I want y'all to see it because I want to talk about this movie. This movie where the tsunami hits, the family is completely separated, and everybody thinks that everybody is dead. Okay. It does have a beautiful ending, but I need you guys to check this movie out. It stars Tom Holland as the son, Naomi Watts is the mother, and Evan McGregor is the father. And then they got 2 other boys, because it's 3 boys, the mother and the father, family of 5. Check this thing out, because when that tsunami hits, it's like, what are you going to do? There's nowhere to run, because they were right near the ocean. You know what I mean? And the way this thing hit is bananas. And I need to point out, it's a true story. It actually happened.
And you know something? It's interesting because they were saying that even during this pandemic, the ratings for people watching disaster movies was up.
It's going up.
It's high.
Yeah, it's high. It's called The Impossible. The Impossible. Check it out. That's the movie of the week. Check it out.
So you can go to what, Amazon Prime to watch that?
No, actually, you can go to Amazon Prime. You know what? Regular. You can go to Amazon Prime and watch it. It should be on there.
Okay.
I have the Amazon Fire Stick, so I saw it on the Fire Stick. If you have the Amazon Fire Stick, you find it on there. Or go to your local cable listings and check that out. But it's good, y'all. It's good. But listen, you're gonna need your tissue boxes because you ain't gonna have a dry eye. I'm gonna tell you right now, Tom Holland, a young Tom Holland too.
Okay. This is pre Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is pre Spider-Man. Young Tom Holland, poor baby, had tears in his eyes the whole entire time. And it was just a sad, saddest thing ever. He was trying to save his.
Don't tell it.
Okay, I ain't gonna tell it. But check it out. Not a dry eye in the house. Have your tissue boxes near you. That's it. That's the movie of the week, The Impossible. So I checked that out. And also I was on my, for some odd reason, I was on my horror bag.
Okay.
I watched every single Fright Night 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Then I watched Queen of the Damned. Then I watched something else that had something to do with vampires. I was just in my vampire bag. Wes Craven Vampires. I was just all in my vampire bag, and then I finally fell asleep.
I got you.
Well,
it's right after Halloween.
Yeah.
So normally around Halloween, just after people are still in that horror film, type mode and stuff like that, and so. That's understandable.
Yeah, I love a good vampire movie though. The old school vampires.
Okay.
I do like Twilight. I like Twilight. That's new school.
Well,
they eating people.
Yeah. Well, it seems like in this day and age, they got new and improved vampires that got supernatural strength and run real fast and all that kind of stuff.
Twilight, so. they more vegetarian.
They eat the leaves, the flowers.
No, they eat animals.
Oh, okay.
They don't eat people.
But that's not vegetarian. They eat animals.
They call it they call it a people vegetarian diet where
they don't eat.
They don't suck people blood. Is the animals that they go after.
Okay.
That's what they call it in Twilight.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what kind of vampire is that, but I'm just saying that's the new school vampire.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, and then their skin glow in the sun.
And their skin turn to diamonds in the sun. Yeah. But it's a good Twilight's a good love story. I like
you know what? But I guess they had to, move away from the traditional. They found ways in filmmaking to move away from the traditional vampires and zombies, and because everybody got tired of the slow walking zombie with the hands out, and you know what I mean. So they started creating, zombies that can run real fast, that have supernatural strength, and do all these very different things and jump real high. So
remember that movie 30 Days a Night?
30 Days a Night.
I saw that too. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
30 Days a Night. I watched that too. That was crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I did. Okay. Besides writing, I was also watching vampires.
Well, the only other movie that I watched, I did watch Transformers: Age of Extinction. Is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's my favorite
in the series. Yeah. But it's really, really good. I just love that movie. Mark Wahlberg, of course. But the part that gets on my nerves is every movie, Optimus Prime is forever indebted to somebody. You know what I mean? And, he's like, yeah, girl, I'm forever indebted to you. I am in your debt. He's always in somebody's debt. Okay, look. Then y'all saved the world together. Optimus Prime, stop it. You helped out too. All right?
You know what? You know my nerves.
Good movie. Because next week you're going to be forever indebted to somebody else. But anyway, it's a good movie. I really enjoy Transformers. So I kind of watched that. Other than that, man, got a text out of nowhere.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Got a text out of nowhere from someone asking me for my headshot. Can you send it? I said, I sure will. And who is this again? And they said that their name, they were the director from a TV series and what have you. And I was like, oh, okay.
Nice.
And this is a project that I had auditioned for, I want to say 2-3 years ago. And, we've talked about this on the show. You go into your audition, you prepare, you go in there, you own the room, and you do your best and you just move on. But sometimes you prepare, you go into the audition, you do your best, you move on, and it doesn't mean that that opportunity might not come later down the line. This was a project that I had auditioned for, like, I'm going to say closer to 2-3 years ago. You know what I mean? And for some odd reason, I submitted a video audition. And one of the things that I try to do when I submit video auditions, I try to think outside the box. I try to think, what can make me stand out? Right. So if I'm going to go out for a role of a barber, well, I'm going to get out my real clippers. I'm going to get out my real chair. And I'm going to try to see if I can, simulate this in a believable way. Yeah. Because sometimes the effort and energy that you put into creating the scene goes a long way with those who are watching. And sometimes, sometimes all the weight might not be put on the acting or the delivering of the lines, though we know that does have weight. But they seen that you put on your barber apron and you pulled out your real clippers and you got the real spray and you're simulating the actions as you're saying your lines and looking in the direction as if a person is like you're creating imagery. Sometimes that'll make you stand out. Yeah. And so with this particular audition video, I did that. I had to pretend that I was in a car driving my son, and so I set up chairs up against a plain background, and I had to pretend like I was looking through the rearview mirror as if to be looking in the back seat. And sometimes I had to turn around real quick and I had to pretend like I was driving by giving the hand motion, saying my lines. And then I had to simulate getting into an accident where I had to kind of throw myself forward and then get out the car and get into an argument. I did the best I could to simulate that. And you put the energy and effort and you don't hear nothing. And lo and behold, some 3 years later,
Yeah, they like that.
Yeah. So
they like it when you put the effort in.
You gotta put the effort in.
You gotta put the effort in. They love it.
Yeah, you have to do what we call think tank time. I'm going to do this audition video, because everybody's going to do the one sitting straight in front of the camera, looking rather into the camera or off camera and saying your lines. But when you can position the camera and create the scene by putting chairs as if you're really in a barbershop, or line up chairs like you're really driving a car, that goes. I feel like that can be something that can give you the edge. You know what I mean? That can really, really give you the edge. And thinking outside the box. And I'm be honest. I hadn't heard anything. I was like, well, I did my best. I wasn't too sure how well it went. And here it is, some 3-4 years later.
Here they
you're
come.
being recontacted for a role, but this time you don't have to audition.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because you already did it. And they got it. Yeah. They reviewed it.
So yeah, man. To those out there who you audition, you focus on that audition, you keep it moving, but don't be surprised if something ends up coming back.
That's right.
You're not sitting around waiting for it,
right? But
it could come back on its own. So
love it.
That was it. Other than that, I'm always trying to see how we can continue to advance our show and advance our acting brands and marketing and doing those administrative things that we do from an administrative standpoint in terms of our acting, because it's not always about being on set. It's about headshots, organizing resumes, expanding our show to go more worldwide than it is worldwide. So those are things I'm always doing each week, and so that goes without saying. So that's all I had in my adventures. Other than that, just trying to stay healthy and just trying to continue to keep working out, because like I said, a big part of our employment is going to be predicated on us being healthy and definitely being past this COVID time.
That's right.
Yeah. And we want to just let people know, as we move into this winter season, we have to exercise more precaution, because it's going to be more congregating inside the house and things like that. And especially with Thanksgiving approaching, the encouragement is don't be inviting too many people from out of town you haven't seen.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen in 3-4 years? Or a year?
A year. If you haven't seen them since March, I'm sorry, they cannot come over. Yeah. My sister and I, we decided to do the Zoom cooking. Okay. We're going to set the computer up and we're going to be Zooming and cooking together, because, y'all
going to be zooking.
That's it. Yeah, zooking. We're going to be zooking.
We got to trademark that term.
Okay.
Before it gets stolen. We're going to be zooking. It's Zoom and cooking. A.K.A. zooking.
Listen, and we decided to do that. Well, because we've been quarantining. She's been quarantining in her house, and I've been quarantining in mine, and we haven't seen each other since March. Okay. So we felt it was okay. In order to stay safe, let's just do it this way. And then we're going to have some music on. We're going to be dancing, cooking, and zooking, and we're going to be, eating our meal together via the computer. Yeah. And my mother got with her, and she said, yeah, I agree. My mother's going to go over to my brother's house, because they've been spending time together during the quarantine. So everybody's going to be safe. Right. And this is what you got to do, because like you said, we got to stay careful, because we're actors and we don't want to get, finally get back to work and can't work. Right. We don't want to do that. So, this is where we are now. So, hey. Yep. Hey. Mm-hmm. But other than that,
Yeah, you're right, Nick. And other than that, we hope you didn't miss it again. But they had the second screening of the 12 short films of the Sound Mind mixtape released on Eli and Lou's Entertainment YouTube channel this past Sunday. They showed it the Sunday before that on their Facebook channel, and over 3,000 people tuned in was the numbers that I got. And everybody was ranting and raving about it. It was good. It was good. Really, really good. It was phenomenal. So they did another screening this past Sunday on their YouTube channel. Yeah. Phenomenal. Same deal. It was just great. It's kind of hard to explain. It's short films, but there are soundtrack mixtape music attached to each film. Eli and Lou did the soundtrack. Yeah. And it was just phenomenal. Very professional. The short films were professional. Very social conscience. Messages. It was entertaining, but it has very social conscious messages that speaks to the human existence and just the betterment of people, betterment of community, providing love and compassion, and promoting spirituality. It was just fantastic. I'm not sure if they're going to do a third screening. If so, we'll definitely keep you posted. But it's definitely something you're going to want to tune in and check out with you and your family. You know what I mean? It was something in it for the kids. They even had a lot of kid actors in there who did. I gotta give a shout out to everybody. All the actors did a great job. But my man TC, who we had on the show, looked like Jeffrey Jopper from Coming to America. I got to give my man TC a shout out. He killed it. He had the king crown. Yeah, Jeff. I'm talking to my son. Shout out to my dude TC Caldwell. Yo, he killed it. He killed it, man.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, man. He killed it.
TC is funny.
He did.
He did a good job.
And he kind of was talking with that little accent. I said, oh, okay, TC. That's what's up, man. That's my dude, man. We go way back to high school basketball. But when I saw that king crown, I was like, look at Jeffrey Jopper coming to America. Yeah, that was funny, man.
That is hilarious.
But he did a fantastic job.
Yes, he did.
And yeah, man, everybody did a fantastic job. So shout out to Eli, Elu, Stacy Sherelle, and their team, all the writers, producers, Lottie Dottie, everybody. Yeah, all the actors did a phenomenal job. And this was historical because there were over 150 actors in Philly in the 12 various short films. So to see, Philly come together like that was historical.
I'm gonna tell you right now, though, the one that you were in,
Same Old River.
The way y'all were walking, that song. Don't you know that's the sound of the men working on a train? That's the song that came in my head. But I'm like, I'm waiting for him to do.
We did the cadence. Yeah.
That's the song that came in my head when I was watching you. I was like, Chain Gang.
The Chain Gang, that's right. Except we wasn't in jail. We was working on the dock, you know what I mean?
But the way y'all were walking, though, that song popped right in my head.
Right. So it was great, man. It was phenomenal. They did a great job.
Yeah.
And Eli, Elu, who we had on our show, what's that, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, that was 2-3 years ago.
That was 2-3 years ago? Yeah, we had them on their show. And they're award-winning filmmakers and they're musicians, and they do a great job. You might want to check them out on Facebook. Eli, Elu, Bivens. Is it Bevins or Bivens?
Eli and Lou.
Eli
and Lou.
Bivens. And you can check their Facebook page out. They got an entertainment, Eli and Lou Entertainment on Facebook, and they got a YouTube channel. And check out their work.
Yeah,
man.
they do good work.
They do some really good work.
They do some really good work.
All right. So you want to tell them where they can find us?
Yep, go right on ahead.
I thought you was going to do it this week.
You want to.
All right. So you can find us
on
YouTube or actor Kevin D. Benton, actress Nikee Warren. You can watch Honor, the multi-award winning Honor, and the multi-award winning The News. Check it out. You're going to really, really enjoy it. And so, yeah, while you're also on YouTube, you can check out the Recession web series. You can also check out Old Head, the series on there. And it's also on Amazon Prime. And then while we want to go over to Amazon Prime, check out the Right Bad movie on Amazon Prime, a cop thriller that you're really, really going to enjoy. Then they got the Covington Witches on Amazon Prime. Man, they casting some spells over there. Then check out Mercy, the killing of unarmed African Americans. It is a conversation piece, and you're going to want to check it out. What do you do in it? You're in a situation where you could take revenge or show mercy. Tune in, check it out. Then we got Revelation Blue, another cop story. When you're wrestling between the world and faith, doing right, what's wrong, and you're trying to govern the streets of Philadelphia, the tough streets of Philadelphia. What decision are you making? What encounters are you having? Check out Revelation Blue on Amazon.com, Amazon Prime. There you go. And so then they got Single and Anxious on there. They got season 1, 2, and 3. And they also have on Amazon Prime, what else they got on Amazon Prime that they can check out? I was thinking about having all right, so while we're trying to figure out what else we got on Amazon Prime, go over to Stars Network, check out Jason's Letter. Also, check out Snow Babies is on Amazon Prime. So yeah, it's on many platforms, but it's definitely on Amazon Prime. Check out Snow Babies, man. This movie is not cutting no corners. And I actually played 2 roles in Snow
You
Baby.
sure did.
I played the drunk and I played funeral attendee. So,
All right,
go over to the
go
Stars Network and check out Jason's Letter. It's a movie about the killing of unarmed African Americans. It's a star-studded cast and a relevant message going on in today's society. Just like Mercy and Jason's Letter, definitely conversation pieces. And so, some good movies you want to check out. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget. What else? Did I forget anything? You got to remind me.
You hit all of it.
I think I hit everywhere they can find us.
You hit everything.
All right. So continue to follow our journey, man. We really appreciate it. And we're going to keep you posted as, our new movies and things come out. So we'll keep you guys posted. All right? All right. So we're going to take a break?
Yep. We're going to take a break. But before we do, man, listen. This woman is fabulous. I'm trying to tell you, she got it going on. She is an actress. She's a production manager, producer, and then she got the nerve to have started her own company, film company, at that.
And she's a dear friend of
ours.
Yes,
she is. Yes, she is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Lord. Listen. She's going to be talking about some awesome stuff. We're going to be talking to her about some awesome stuff. Do not go anywhere. You're going to definitely want to hear what she has got to say. She's phenomenal. And you guys going to love her just as much as we do. Okay? It's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere. We will be right back.
Recognize the fire burning in her eyes, the chaos that controlled my mind. Whispered goodbye, she got on a plane, never to return again, but always in my heart. Oh, this love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before, and her heart breaking in front of me, and I have no choice, 'cause I won't say goodbye anymore. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I tried my best to feed her appetite, keep her coming every night, so hard to keep her satisfied. Oh, kept playing love like it was just a game, pretending to feel the same, but turn around and leave again. But oh, this love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before, and her heart is breaking in front of me, and I have no choice, 'cause I won't say goodbye anymore.
Satisfy your sweet tooth with some tasty treats from the Brownie Shop. Fudge cupcakes, sweet potato pie, freshly baked bread, homemade ice cream, creamy chocolatey brownies, and much, much more. Check out their full menu on Facebook Brownie Shop or Brownie Shop 2019 Instagram. Get your next dessert from the Brownie Shop. Your sweet tooth will love you for it.
Urban Elite Beauty LLC is an online urban beauty supply store that serves both men and women in urban communities. Our goal is to provide quality beauty solutions for our culture and community. Most importantly, we want to instill in our friends the importance of loving thy hair, loving thy skin, and to love thyself. Check us out on social media, on Facebook at Urban Elite Beauty, on Twitter at dbenton71, on Instagram at urban_elite_beauty, and for more information, go to our website at www.urbanelitebeauty.com or email founder and CEO David Benton at dbenton@urbanelitebeauty.com or call 609-217-5292. Check us out and see what the Urban Elite Beauty experience is all about. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. So we are back. We are back. We are back.
Yeah.
So we are ready for our special guest.
We are ready. Listen, our special guest, she's an actress, she's a production manager, producer, and entrepreneur who originally hailed from Canada. Oh, Canada. And she lived in New York, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and Hawaii, but currently resides in Boston. Now, remember, it's normally Boston to Philly, but she went from Philly to Boston. Okay? Mm-hmm. And she has an extensive background in independent filmmaking and has theatrical training. Our special guest began her career as an actress and can be seen in films such as Bar Study, F Godfather, American Exorcist, sounds like a whole bunch of spirits running around in that film, DK, which was a whole bunch of zombies running around in that film, Brotherly Love, Somerset Road, and Misfits.
As our special guest became more familiar with the business side of the industry, she decided to get more involved with the production side of filmmaking, thus gaining experience as a production manager, earning a doctorate in clinical psychology. Our special guest understands the parallels between her education and training and the film industry. Her diverse portfolio allows her to implement innovative techniques in her work that allows her to stand out, and stand out she does.
Our special guest then went on to the next level in her career by becoming a what? Producer and the founder, CEO of Billings Productions. She believes that everyone should have the opportunity to pursue their passion regardless of their background, and she models a team-oriented approach with her production company. Our special guest's main goal for Billings Productions is to bridge the gap within the industry and produce original content that is relatable to a diverse audience.
Our special guest was also a talent booker for the John Kerwin Show. She has booked talent such as actor, producer, writer Petrie Hawkins Bird, most known for his role as the bailiff on Judge Judy, and actor and martial arts icon and legend Michael Jai White. Our special guest is also an entrepreneur with a sleep coaching consulting business and an online clothing store geared towards girls of all ages. So who are we talking about? None other than Miss Leanna Billings. All right, how you doing, Leanna?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing good, doing fine.
Yes.
So before we get started, we just wanted to say, definitely been a long time since we have last seen and spoken. I want to say 3-4 years ago on the set of Decade. Was an overnight shoot. It was a lot of fun. We was playing Hangman during our spare time when we wasn't filming and getting all the questions wrong on purpose. It was so much fun. And so it's good to reconnect. And thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and coming on the show and sharing with us and our listeners around the world.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited. I remember shooting with you guys on Decay, and it was just such a great time. You guys are amazing to work with.
Oh,
You
thank
kept
you.
the energy alive the whole night.
Yes.
Yeah. It was
Yes.
fun. It was a lot
It
of
was
fun.
And I'm gonna tell you something. That was my very first overnight shoot.
Okay, yeah.
That was my very first one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
wow.
it was so much fun. I had this little DVD player.
Yeah.
And everybody was crowding around this little DVD player watching Jurassic Park. And then we started playing Hangman, and we was just entertaining ourselves, back in Holding, but it was so much fun.
It was. It
And
was so much fun.
it was a great set, great people. We had a great team of people. It was just a lot of fun, man. And we thank you for that opportunity to be a part of that. And I think Nikee, you played one of the army personnel.
Yeah,
I don't think it was
cool.
called that, but and I played one of the zombies.
That was cool.
I played one of the infected. Yeah, the infected.
Yes, you played the infected.
I think authority figure. That's what it was.
The authority figure.
Authority figure.
Yes, we
Yeah.
had so much fun on that set, man.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Remember they made me stand on the crate because I was too short.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But anyway, we'll talk more about that. But anyway, look, so you want to jump right on into
We're
it?
gonna jump right in. So you're an actress, you're a production manager, you're a producer, entrepreneur. You got so much going on but crafties, man. Oh my goodness. Tell our listeners how let's go with acting first, and then we're going to transition into production manager, producer, and entrepreneur. Tell our listeners a little bit about how you got started acting.
Yeah, so I actually started when I was about 5 years old
Oh wow.
on my grandparents' hay wagon on their farm. I thought I was just the greatest little actress, and I would just recreate all of the Mary Kate and Ashley stuff. To be honest.
Wow.
And my mom was like, wow, she's really interested in this. She loves it. So why don't we get her into some theater? So I started doing theater. And then it kind of took off from there. I moved to the United States when I was 19. And I just got on, what was it called? Explore Talent at the time.
Okay.
Was the website. And so that's where I got all of the auditions and stuff. And then, I worked on some great sets and some not so great, there are certain people who come in and they want your opinions and they want your feedback and they kind of want you to be part of it. And those are where the energy is. That's the sets that are great. And then you have some where you go in and it's like, just do this. We don't want your input, just sit down or whatever. And I kind of got tired of that a little bit.
I got you.
And so I really wanted to be a part of every aspect. And I just loved learning about it and stuff. So I just kind of started to move behind the camera.
Gotcha.
Nice,
Awesome.
nice. I remember Explore Talent. I signed up
Yeah.
with them too. That was the very first casting thing that I signed up with. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember I had an account with Explore Talent as well. So yeah, I definitely remember that. I think a lot of people got started on Explore Talent.
Yes, a lot of people got started on Explore Talent.
Absolutely. So then you kind of moved into being a production manager.
Yeah.
Maybe for those that don't know what a production manager is and what they do, can you just, talk about how you moved into it and then talk about what it is, just so people know and things of the sort, what your responsibilities are and things like that.
Yeah, so how I moved into it was I was on a set and we had a few emergencies with the production coordinator and the production manager and the producers. And so I kind of got pulled into the role. And so basically, you're kind of managing everyone and doing up call sheets and things like that. And you're kind of looking for locations. If locations fall through, you're planning all that stuff. And you're just trying to make sure that all the moving parts are working in order to continue and finish a production.
Nice.
So it kind of was, I was thrown into it, which I loved it at the time. I didn't know that. And I was kind of learning on the fly as I go. So,
I hear stories about that all the time where you may have somebody who's on set and there's a need and they just draft you. There have been actors, people who have become actors or actresses that just happen to be on set doing another job and they needed them to, step into a certain role and they end up doing well and now they're a household name. And so sometimes that happens a lot where you kind of get in the door through one way and you end up, being needed in some other aspect and, kind of getting the multifaceted purposes of what it means to be on set, rather it be behind the camera or moving in front. I've been on sets where they've just asked crew members, look, we need people to fill this little corner right here. Just act like you're on your phone, So it's very, very interesting how, opportunities can spring just from being in the right place at the right time, and you gain experience and you build your resume. And I'm gonna say this to you, Leanna. One of the things that was so noticeable about you and your team when we came on the set of Decade, like y'all were so personable. Y'all made everybody feel welcome. Y'all made everybody feel important. Y'all made everybody feel significant, and that you were needed and a part of the production and the set, no matter what your role was.
Yeah.
And we know in this industry, sometimes it's not always like that. Kind of like what you explained. It's kind of like a well-oiled machine where you just kind of go from A to point B. You do what's expected of you, and that's it. If you happen to get a high or a good job or thanks for coming, that's kind of extra. But with you and your team, it just really seemed like it was like a natural part of, of course, who you are and which as the leader, and that kind of just trickled to everybody. And that's why we had so much fun.
Yeah.
Because everybody was just enjoying everybody's company, and they wanted to be there, and they wanted to work with the person next to them, and they wanted to meet new people. And it was just such a fun experience. And we love those overnight shoots. Because, it's just always entertaining.
It's always entertaining. Always entertaining. Now, but I gotta ask though, we ain't gonna tell nobody. This is just gonna be between us.
And everybody listening around the world.
Why you ready? Which one do you like best? Do you like being an actress better than you like being a producer? Or, we ain't gonna tell nobody. Which one you like?
I love being a producer.
Okay.
I love acting. I really do. But I really enjoy producing. I love meeting all of the individuals involved. I love putting that team together. And you know what? It's like a family. I really treat everyone as if they're family on set. And I just love that camaraderie between people. And I really think that it makes it so much fun. Like the night when you guys came to shoot, first, I love night shoots. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
It's just a whole different kind of energy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys remember this, but on the last scene we were doing of that night, and it was the last time we were shooting actually for Decay, we did that special effects scene. Do you guys remember that? And we brought everyone out and we said, okay, we'll just everyone be quiet and we'll watch this effect go off all together. And it was just so much fun. Everybody's energy. You guys are amazing to work with.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah, it really was, man. And, it was just, you had great people who were very, they were very professional about what they were doing. And so now you have your production company, Billings Productions.
Nice.
And, I got to give a shout out to your team. You got Natasha, you got Matthew, you got Riley, you got, of course, Raghav, you got yourself as the CEO and founder. I'm leaving somebody out. You got Mike. Can't leave out Mike. And I feel like I'm leaving out one person. But who was it? Sadie. That's right, Sadie. You
can't forget Sadie.
Can't leave out Sadie. Yeah. So you talk about your team. You had a phenomenal team. I remember Riley on the set of Decay. She was just so welcoming, just like you. And so talk a little bit about your team. How did you assemble your team? I knew you work with Raghav, of course, on Bar Study. We got to talk about that. But talk about the team, how y'all assembled and kind of, how y'all came together and to become Billings Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a funny story. So I did meet Ragav on Bar Study, and we just clicked right away. I was acting in that. I wasn't producing or anything, but he's just such an amazing person to work with too. He's very extremely talented.
Absolutely.
He always has a vision, and he also has that same energy of I want everyone to have that camaraderie. We're going to be a family. He takes everyone's opinions. He just has all this energy about him.
Yeah.
And so when I was creating the company, I said, well, he definitely has to be,
Right.
a producing partner. He's definitely going to be involved. So he came on board, and we're just starting out. So we don't have any productions out yet. And then, of course, there's Mike, who is also my husband. So
Shout out to
he
Mike.
kind of came on. He didn't really have a choice. It was
That's right. He didn't have a choice. That's right. Yeah.
So, and then Riley, I met her because when we were filming Decay, her friend Emily was my assistant at the time, and she was helping me organize. And she introduced me to Riley, a girl she had met from film school, and we clicked too right away. And so she has been a part of almost every production that I've done ever since I met her. And so she came on board. My friend Natasha is in marketing. And so I said, well, we need somebody who is in marketing and stuff. And so I reached out to her, and she was very excited to get on board. And then Sadie, I met her through Ragav because she actually was the first AD on Delaware Shore.
That's right. How could I forget Sadie?
Okay.
That's right. Because me and Nikee, we were a part of Delaware Shore, and I remember Sadie. How could I forget Sadie? Oh my goodness, when she hear this broadcast. That's right.
You know what? This company would not be what it is without her. She literally has been my right hand and my left hand
Nice.
throughout this whole process,
Nice.
both on the corporate side where it's stuff that we don't really want to do, the business stuff. We just want to get on set again,
Right.
So she has helped me through everything. And I mean, without her, this wouldn't have been able to come to fruition as quickly and as sufficiently as it did.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
nice,
you definitely
nice.
need a strong team.
Yes,
you got a
you do.
strong team of people, and it really does help when you actually like each other and want to be around each other and want to work with each other, and you have one mind, kind of one heart, and you're trying to go after that one goal of just trying to pursue your passion and create content, good content, and you have a great team of people. And I see nothing but you guys accomplishing great things. I mean, because you have the people to do it. It takes people to be able to pull off things, and you guys have the puzzle pieces to get it done. So
nice,
definitely.
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Like you said, when you have those people and you have that team and stuff, that's really what it's about. You can teach so many. You can teach somebody something to do on set. You know what I mean? Like I can teach somebody how to create a call sheet, but you can't teach people kindness. You know what I mean? Like they just have that within them. And so, I just like to surround myself with good people and good energy and things like that. And that's how I think good content is created as well. You need that other piece.
Yeah. And then if you're going to be around somebody for 12 hours, why not it be good?
Exactly.
You don't want it to be like, oh, here she comes. Here he come. All right, grab your crafties. Let's head on back. And sometimes you run into that. You know what I mean?
He said, grab your crafties. Let's head on back.
So,
man. Yeah, that's true.
That is true. You're going to run.
So
and,
true.
And the thing about it is you have to be just as professional as you would around kind people, as you would around challenging people. But, quality control says, if I can harness it up front, I want to do that.
Exactly.
Exactly. And that's what in indie filmmaking, everyone knows everyone too, right? So you collect each other as we go on. And so, a lot of the people that you guys had seen when you guys were doing Delaware Shore did Decay.
Right.
Did other productions with each other and like John and, so you kind of always want to make sure you're doing a good job
Yeah.
on set and you're doing, you know what I mean? You're professional and stuff.
Right.
But you also got to be personable.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that leads me to my next question now, because I know every team got one. Every team.
Nikee's an instigator. Nikee's an instigator. Here it comes.
Every team has one. Who's the diva?
I would say
Who's the
none.
diva?
She said it.
I'm going
She
to say
said it.
Mike.
What's his name?
Say it again. Say it again.
Oh, it's Mike.
Well, she can say that. That's her husband. So that don't count. So
Mike is the diva.
Okay, all right. I can live with that. I can live with that.
I told you, every team has a diva.
I can live
Mike
with
is
that.
the diva.
I got that. But you know what? She can say that because
That's her husband.
she's the wife. That's the
So
husband.
she
So
knows.
That's
She
right.
knows.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a good pick because you're not gonna get in trouble either. So.
Right.
Anyway,
So what do Mike be doing that make him a diva?
I told you, Nikee the instigator. I told you.
You know, it's just every day.
Mhm,
She said
okay.
every day.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so funny.
That is funny. That is
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But I love him, and I would never, you know, we're in it for the long haul, so
That's right. That's right.
I've accepted it.
Awesome. Yeah.
That is hilarious. She
That's
said,
awesome.
Mike,
Yeah.
hands down, Mike is the diva.
that's
See how quick it was, too? As
I
soon
know.
as
I was shocked. I was shocked how fast that answer
She
came.
answered that question. She said, Mike
Yeah.
or
I was
Mike.
shocked.
Mike
Nah.
the diva.
But no,
That
yeah,
is
but
hilarious.
yeah, man. But you know, like I said, you guys have a phenomenal team. Mike is a phenomenal actor.
Yes, he is.
I definitely got to talk about Bar Study. There was some of the actors from Delaware Shore in Bar Study. They had Kevin Ostra, Kevin Francis, James Robinson Jr. So yeah, it was just a really, really good movie. And to talk a little bit about Bar Study, for those who don't know, and talk about that experience, of course, Raghav was one of the writers, directors of that film as well. And if I could just say this about Raghav, to piggyback off what you said, like you said, such a humble spirit, positive energy.
Yeah.
When I went to audition for Delaware Shore and I went into his office, he had this big dry eraser board and it was full of a shot list. And the whole board was covered. And to me, it looked like hieroglyphics. I was like, I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at right now. But he had a shot list. He was so detailed, so professional. And he pulled out the best in me. You know what I mean? When I was auditioning, he would give me an adjustment. And he was, okay, Kevin, that's very good. You know what I mean? Like in his M. Night voice, you know, I call him M. Night Shyamalan 2.0. But he was very patient.
Absolutely.
And he pulled out the best in me. And I ended up getting cast as Portsmouth. And he just does a phenomenal job, like you said, just making everybody feel important. He makes everybody feel like you're significant, you matter, no matter what your role is. And he does great work. He does great work.
Yes, he does.
And you know, he was just such a joy, like, to work with. And he's the type of director, you know, as well as yourself. It's like, if y'all doing it, we want to be a part of it. And I think it kind of speaks to not just your professionalism, not just your work, but the experience. Because you guys create experiences. And that's what we experienced during Decade. It was an experience. And it's something magical about, like, being on set. And when you're around good, positive people with positive energy who are laughing but yet getting the job done, it creates an imprint and an experience that you kind of want to relive again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where that positive addiction comes from. But talk about Bar Study, phenomenal movie. You had to keep your thinking cap on, but it was a really, really good movie. So talk about that a little bit.
Thank you. So Mike actually got his role first. When he auditioned for Bar Study, and they had already actually had another female to play Christina. And so, and also, just as a side note, I had to go back and see what my name was, just in case we talked about Bar Study. I remember the character's name. And so I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he needed a Christina. And so Mike had messaged and said, hey, my wife is actually also an actress and she could definitely audition for you. So I went and I auditioned and he gave it to me, and it was just such an amazing opportunity. And the quality is just, he writes so well.
Yeah.
And when he has the vision, and same thing, he had the storyboarded, and
Right.
all the shots already figured out, and so it just ran smoothly. I think I cried on that set for about 4 hours straight to get this one scene done. And so, you know, and you guys know, you guys are actors as well, and so you just have to go into a different mindset in order to do that.
Right.
And so he was able to facilitate that, and you know, he's like, whatever you need, let us know, and we will create that for you and make sure that we can get the scene done. So just like with you, Kevin, he pulled the best out of me as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, Raghav, man. I mean, you know, he just had that. Some directors had that it factor, and he kind of reminds me of a coach. Like, you know, I played basketball, and when you knew that your coach would go to war for you, you know, they would get a technical and say something to the referee because you're being fouled. You know, it makes that player want to dive on the floor. It makes that player want to hustle back on defense. And it's kind of like Raghav, I kind of liken him to like that kind of coach. Like, you know what I mean? He makes you want to work hard and get it right and do it well.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's the kind of, you know, director that, you know, that he pulls out of you and stuff like that.
Very good.
Very, very good.
And then you have the movie F Godfather. Let's talk about that.
So actually that is where I was pulled into being a production manager.
Oh, wow.
On that was the set.
Okay.
You know, that was really fun. I met a lot of other different people as well. Do you guys remember Ryan from Nikee? He was the director.
Yeah, I remember
Ryan.
Yeah.
So he worked on F Godfather. He was the director for that movie. So that's how I met him. And that was kind of the first one where I was behind the scenes. I was way in over my head, to be honest.
Wow.
You just don't know all of these things, right? When you watch a film, you're just like, oh, nice, they got a camera. You know what I mean? You think that it was so easy, and then you're actually thrown into it, and it's like, oh, wow, there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And you bring out a great point, too, like how you work with Ryan on Nikee, and now he's the director of F Godfather, and it just speaks to the small world that this acting community is, and it reiterates the importance of being professional and being kind and being compassionate and being thankful and being grateful, because you never know when you're going to run back into someone and you're rather going to get, oh, I would love to work with them, or you're going to get like, I remember them from,
Absolutely.
You know, and they may never say nothing to you. And so sometimes, you know, just you know, me and Nikee always say this is a relationship-driven business. As much as people don't, you know, acknowledge it, as much as it needs to be, it is a relationship-driven business. And it's just imperative that, you know, if you just go in and be a professional and just be a people person, you know, and do what good people would do, it can open up doors where you find yourself, like I said, auditioning less and less, or saying, hey, we could use you over here and things like that. And these relationships and opportunities can go endlessly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nice. People burn bridges, man. And that's one of the worst things you can do.
And it is in this industry.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Especially in independent filmmaking.
Yes.
You know, it's such a small knit community. So, and, you know, and there have been people where it was, you know, you bring on and you're just like, okay, maybe next time I won't be calling that person to come on. And we all ask each other if we know somebody is going to be there on a set that we're going to be on. People talk and ask each other, you know, have you worked with this person before? I noticed that you guys have a credit together. How was that? So it spreads. Because like you said, it's a relationship business. And so we all talk and we, you know.
And that's funny because a lot of people don't think that the directors talk.
Right.
They talk.
Oh, yeah, they talk.
They talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they talk.
They will. Yeah.
And they be asking questions about different people and stuff. Yes, they talk. Yes, they do. Wow.
Absolutely.
Now tell us about American Exorcist. That sounds crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's out right now. It's on, I think, Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And Netflix, oh no, just Amazon Prime, I think.
Okay.
But I did that movie. I was an actress. I was wearing that hat in that film. And I was a featured background, but my line got cut. So it was totally, you know, it happens sometimes when it just doesn't work and it's not going with the film.
Right.
So I was a party goer in the beginning in the film. And so that was a really fun set because it was back in the 80s was the set, the time period. So I got to do my hair really fun. And so that also was a great set to work on as well. They were very professional, and Johnny was the director on that film, and he did a great job doing the film and having everyone work together great. And it was a good set. So, but it was a party scene. So the energy was just awesome. Okay. It's just a little awkward, you know, when you're on a set and it's a party and there's no music, but you have to dance.
Oh, yeah.
You got a mime dance. Yeah, that's true. Because sometimes you almost kind of feel like you need counseling afterwards because this feels crazy. You know what I'm saying? That we kind of dancing to no music and stuff. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because when I watched it, I don't usually watch the films that I'm in.
Really?
I just feel like really weird about it. I don't know. Because I pick myself apart sometimes when I do that. And when I dance, I looked at Mike and said, do I dance like that normally?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's
I thought I was a little more coordinated.
Yeah, you but you know what? That's so true, Leanna, because I remember when we went to the premiere in New York City to see Delaware Shore, I'm sitting there like, oh, my tie is crooked. You know what I mean? Like you pick out those things and they immediately like stick out to you because it's you. And I had a piece of hair sticking in the back of my head. You know, it's like, you know, we're so hard on ourselves because, you know, we want to put forth the best performance and we want those watching to appreciate our performance. So it's all in the name of, you know, trying to critique ourselves so we can get better and be better. But sometimes we can be a little bit too hard on ourselves.
I like watching myself on film. I do. I be all smiling and cheesing and stuff.
I hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's funny because nobody else notices it, right? And you're just like, oh my goodness, how did nobody see that?
Right. And then it's one of them things where, you know, you say, oh, my tie was crooked. And they was like, oh, I didn't see it, but thanks for pointing it out to me. You know, now that you mentioned it, it was crooked. You know what I mean? You know,
wow.
Now, you were in a movie, which was my first IMDb credit, called Misfits. And I played the security guard in there. And this was my first IMDb credit. I was so excited. I was new to acting. They had, you know, awesome actors and Danny Wang and Stephen A. Drago. It was just a great. And then the director, Jono Faherty, was the director. Yeah, Kathleen Sheehan was a major player on that production. It was so much fun. I think you played a club glower, if I'm not mistaken. And and I played a security guard. So talk a little bit about that experience as well, being on the set of Misfits.
Yeah, so I was a party goer, and that was another one where there was no music.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the scene that I was doing, they actually ended up bringing in a crane.
Okay.
Inside the club, which was really cool. I can't remember the technical word for it now, but it had the camera on it and they got all those wide shots and stuff. So it was really cool to see that and see how they put that together. And, you know, I always take every set that I'm on, regardless of what role I'm in, I always take it as a learning opportunity, right? So, and you pick up these little things and I just collect these little nuggets and I'm like, okay, we can use these later. So,
and
that was really fun.
Yeah, that was a short film, but I mean the props and sets look really not only believable, authentic, but looked expensive. I mean, they had scenes in there where they were actually on a jet, you know, and I mean, they had like a real jet. Of course, the jet didn't take off. Right. You know, they kind of showed them getting on the jet, and then, you know, the shot went to an airplane. But they put a lot of energy and effort into that short film, and it was really good. My role as a security guard was just to guard the bank, and Jason A. Drago ran up the steps, and he had to knock me out. And that was it. And I felt so great about that. You couldn't tell me I won an Oscar because I played that role. I didn't have no lines, but I played those acts. I was just so excited, to get into acting. It was my first IMDb credit, but it was a lot of fun. Like you said, a lot of positive energy, and things of the sort. But it turned out
you had fun being knocked out.
I had fun. Yeah, I had to sell it. You know what I mean? I had to sell it. So I have a stunt background, and I kind of utilized that, and because my whole thing was, okay, this has to look like I really got hit. And kind of when you watch the playback at the premiere, it's kind of like, okay, I was proud of my performance. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Proud of my performance. Because you don't want somebody sitting there saying, "Oh man,
he didn't
even touch him." You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
But it was great, though. Yeah, it was great.
That's so funny. I had no idea you were on that film.
Yeah. Yep.
That's amazing. See, that's what I'm talking about. That was years ago.
That was about 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And now here we are
So now
on your podcast.
I know.
Now you got to go back and watch it so you can see Kevin get knocked out.
I'm definitely going to do that. It's the only time you want to be knocked out, right?
Okay.
Yeah, man. And it's life coming full circle. You know what I mean? And yeah, so it's great, and that's one of the beauties of this acting journey that I really, really love. Meeting great people, because I'm gonna tell you, you look on the news, it's a lot of negativity.
Yeah.
But acting has shown me that there are really more good people in the world than there are bad.
Yeah.
And when you're part of this industry, we're not removed from going through trials and troubles and experiencing pain and all that stuff in our personal lives. But it's like acting makes life better, especially when it's, you're around good people and on good sets and having good time.
Yeah.
And it's something magical about being on set that sometimes when you leave, you get depressed. Like, I'm sure it's like a term for it. I can't remember what it is. But, I know many times I've actually gotten depressed saying, "Dag, it's over." Yeah. And you're kind of looking forward to reliving, a similar experience. And I'm just kind of wondering if you have ever, experienced that, like when it was over, it kind of brought like a little actor sadness, because it was so much fun and so magical.
Every single time.
Yeah. I thought I was the only one. Yeah.
No. It literally, as you were speaking, I just remember that last scene that we shot on Nikee, and I just remember sitting there and looking around at everyone, and just, it brings tears to my eyes thinking about it now, because it's just that moment and that magic, and I knew that we were done after that night, and I was in a different mental state when I left for a couple of weeks. It was your family. You work, like you said, 12, 14 hours days or nights, and then all of a sudden you don't see them.
Yeah.
So you bond. You really
I definitely get that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Now, I have to ask, because of course we're in this stupid pandemic, and everything is just completely, shut down and different things like that. So while we're in the midst of this thing, what are you guys doing? I know y'all in the lab creating something. What are you guys doing that you can tell us?
Right.
Yeah, so we are writing things. We are actually seeking out 2 different novels for the rights to create them into film.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. Okay.
And like you said, we're in this stupid pandemic. And so we, quarantining and stuff like that, it's really hard to be on set.
Yeah.
So we're kind of looking 10 steps ahead. We're like, okay, what is this going to look like if we want to go into production next summer?
Right.
Which we do. And so how are we going to create a safe and still fun set and make sure people are, safe, which is number one.
Right.
And so we're kind of coming up with these ideas on what that's going to look like later.
Yeah.
And after this is done, and also from a business perspective, how are we going to put these films out?
That was going to be my next question.
Movie theater.
Yeah.
So, and, we're kind of coming up with some idea. Like the NBA did an amazing job with that bubble. I think I was reading all about it and stuff, and I said, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to do kind of a film bubble next summer if we're
Okay.
still in the midst of this.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, this is so important. I'm glad Nikee, brought this up. I had the opportunity to be on a Netflix production, of course, because of NDAs. I can't say the name, but they came up with, and I know I'm going to mess it up trying to explain it, but they came up with an excellent formula for red zone, yellow zone, green zone. And the green zone was kind of like where the bathrooms, if you wanted to, go do, I guess where the makeup
and
hair
stuff like that,
was, where the crafties was. And then the yellow zone was kind of like where the crew was. They had, what I want to say, medical monitors, making sure that people had their mask on and their goggles. And then the red zone, of course, was where they were filming. We had to always have our goggles and our masks, our K95 masks. And if we weren't shooting, and even if you were standing at your one, you had to have your mask on. They would make this big announcement. Okay, we're going red. And then everybody would, take it off. They would shoot, and then they would yell it again, and then you would put it back on. Social distancing was required at all times, and they had these medical monitors walking around. Of course, they had the medical station where they had hand sanitizer, temperature checks. So they came up with it, I thought, so far from what I've seen, and it's been limited, of course, because I haven't been on many other sets, but this red zone, yellow zone, green zone, and the purpose, one of the bigger purposes was, instead of having to shut down the whole entire production, granted somebody sneezed or caught the virus, you would only have to shut down that particular one area.
Right.
And you had to have a badge on. If you had red, if you didn't have red on, you couldn't go into the red zone.
Exactly.
And they had wristbands. So they came up with an excellent formula. Maybe what I have shared could possibly help. But and that was like a big production.
Yeah, and the testing too. Remember?
Testing.
We were tested so many times before we even filmed. And they made us stay in the hotel for a few days. Kevin stayed in the hotel longer than I did. Right. We were on different sets, but the testing, you had to get tested before you can film, and you had to go directly to the hotel, stay there, and then when it was time to shoot, you had to get tested again. So, you got tested so many times, so they weren't playing no games.
I got tested about 8 times.
I got tested about 3.
8 times before I filmed, and then we got tested on the day of film.
Yep.
And so they were constantly doing, these COVID testing, these rapid testing. And they had an excellent formula to, as far as something of this magnitude. They had an excellent formula on just giving us so much information that we needed. The way they did the food was safe. They had people, it was no more, getting it yourself. They brought people that you ordered it, and they
through
brought
an app.
Well, you ordered through an app, and they brought the food to you. Or if they did have somebody fixing it behind a glass, they would fix it and pass the thing down, and you would get it at the end. So they came up with an excellent formula. I would suggest maybe Googling or researching Netflix formula for what they came up with. We even had to take online classes for an hour. Mandatory classes even before filming about COVID-19 and testing our knowledge on various different things. And so they did a very, very phenomenal job. Shout out to Netflix. Their team sat down and they came up with a very, very good formula.
Yeah, it's effective too.
Yeah, it's very, very effective, and safe. And because here's the thing you don't want, especially if you have a big production and you have to bring in a major actor. If you have to shut that whole production down, they still get paid for that day. And then you got to fly them back to wherever they're going. And then you got to bring them back again. And they get paid again. So the worst thing anybody wants is to be able to have to shut down a production because somebody caught COVID or sneezed or coughed or was asymptomatic or infected. And so this is a very, very serious thing. And I know, looking at your team, I know you have the minds to put together, a solid formula to, you got the people to do it. And they have the background and the experience to come to the table and
Thank you.
brainstorm
Yeah.
and come up with a a formula. And it doesn't have. It could be a paradigm of Netflix, or you can come up with your own. But I know you guys.
Yeah, I know
will
you
do
thinking
it.
of
I know
something.
they're gonna do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Because production has
Well,
to
that
go
sounds
on.
very well organized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Thank you for sharing that. I'm definitely going to use that.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing too. Like, I sometimes I get the sense that people are waiting for that announcement on TV to say, "Hey, the pandemic is over,"
Yeah.
and this thing could be around for a while. And you made an excellent point, Leanna. Like, now you have to revisit marketing because the in theaters everywhere thing is not going to be the most popular, especially while we don't have a vaccine.
Yep.
And so, it costs a lot of money to even do a 30-second or 60-second commercial on TV just to tell people where your movie is. Yeah. And what me and Nikee was talking about was that's where the podcasts come in and the radio shows and Facebook and your friends sharing your information and being in support, because if you can utilize free marketing tools like social media, podcast shows like the Kevin and Nikee Show and others, it'll help draw traffic to let people know where your film is. Because there's hundreds and thousands of films on Amazon Prime. There's hundreds of thousands of films on Netflix. But if nobody knows it's there, how would they know to go and watch it? And so your collaboration of friends and supporters and people who want to see you succeed, saying, hey, go to Amazon Prime to watch American Exorcist. Our friend Anna Billings is in it, da-da-da-da-da-da. And that helps draw traffic. You know what I mean? So, and it's cost effective. You know what I mean?
It is.
And so, and, any support, of course, that you guys need in terms of us putting the word out, hey, you got it. So you don't have to worry about that.
Oh,
that's right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna look different. The industry is going to change, and I worry for some independent film companies, because if we can't keep up with it and we can't get creative and adapt, then we're just not going to be successful. So we have to be thinking about, and movie theaters might not be a thing in the future. There's talk in the industry now to possibly close them down. They're not making as much money, and or the bigger companies are going to monopolize those. They're thinking, like, for example, Warner Brothers would buy Regal, and then only their films would be through the movie theaters.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's the new normal, and and we have to adjust and demonstrate that resiliency and find a way. It may take a little bit more work, but because like you said, things have changed, and everybody's not running back to the theater anymore. And then of course, we're already in the digital age anyway, where you can watch movies on your phone or on your computer. And while it takes away from the traditional movie going experience, which I'm a traditionalist. Nikee's a traditionalist. We prefer to go to the movie with your friends because it's the experience. You know what I mean? The little baby crying all the way on the last row. That's part of the experience. And you turning around and say, hey man, who put the baby in the, that's all part of the experience.
Yes.
The kids talking in front of you. That's part of the experience.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you, I was the one who always get mad. Why she bring that baby in the theater? Man, I want to be in the theater with a baby right now.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody, the person talking, even though it gets on your nerves, you realize now, since we can't go, it was all a part of that experience. We were laughing together, even though we were strangers, other than the people we came with. We were maybe crying together, scared together, but it made it for the experience. Like, you came out of that movie feeling like the person that was sitting on your row was your family member. You know what I mean? It's part of the experience, and we're hoping to get back to that, once this pandemic is over. So
we'll see. We will see.
Because it's not the same sitting in front of your computer. It's just not the same. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
Yeah.
You're so right. You're so right. I really miss that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want it back.
She said she wanted it back. I know.
Yeah. Awesome. So, you in terms of your, production company, You said something that was very, very interesting. You know, you talked about how you believe that everyone should have the opportunity to pursue their passion, regardless of their background, and you kind of model, of course, that team-oriented approach. You also talked about, you know, creating content that, you know, would be relatable to diverse audiences, which I think is so powerful. Diversity is such a beautiful thing. Just talk a little bit about what you meant by those two statements.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the foundations of our film company is we want to move away from the white narrative.
Mm-hmm.
All of our films that are being made, I mean, and we're trying, right? The industry is trying to be more inclusive and things like that, but it's just not enough. We need to do more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that sometimes people are they're writing from a white perspective and then just filling in and checking off that diversity box. Okay, we'll cast an Asian American now as Sandy, and her character is based on a perspective from a white lens. And so we want to move away from that, and we want to tell stories that actually look like our world too.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like our world does not look the way that we create films.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes a
So
lot of
we
sense.
want to emulate that. We want to take all of these cultures and experiences and, you know, put that into film because it's important. Diversity is important.
It
Yeah,
is. That's where we are. It is. It is
Definitely
important.
powerful. Yeah, definitely powerful. And as you said, you do see the consciousness, a little bit more consciousness than you have in the past. But diversity is such a beautiful thing. And as you said, it speaks to a truth of reality, you know, about our world. And while we take cinematic liberty, but not all the time, you know what I mean? You know, yeah. Awesome. That's awesome. Well, look, Miss Leanna, you have been a fantastic guest. It's been a lot of fun. I feel like I got like 102 more questions, but we're running out of time. So we have to say that for part two. I want to, you know, maybe the next time we bring you on, I definitely wanted to talk a little bit about how you had a sleep coaching consultant business, and you also got an online store geared towards girls. I was thinking about bar study. The title will be Sleep Study for the part two. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
But we'll see what happens. But before you go, once again, you're already family. But as we always say, once you come on the Kevin and Nikki show,
your family. Yeah, she gotta get the bell.
Thank you.
Yeah, get the bell.
And before you go, if someone wants to follow you on social media, I know you do have a webpage where they can learn more about your team and your production company. Just take your time and put that out there, and so people can follow you and things of the sort.
Yeah, so we're on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and we have our website, and it's billingsproductions.com. And on socials, you can follow us at Billings Productions.
Nice.
I do want to just say that you guys have been such a pleasure to speak with today. And honestly, I just love you guys so much. You guys, I listen to your podcast, and you're just so inclusive, and you're so vibrant. And I know I keep saying the word energy, but I just really love when people, you know, are open and personable. And I adore you guys. Thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to work in the future together.
Man. We love and adore you too, Leanna. And like I said, the imprint and mark that you left on us, where you were so kind and personable, warm and welcome, you and your team, Riley, everybody. And that's here it is 5 years later, and that's what I remember. And that's what Nikki remembered. And that's the imprint that you made on our lives. And we remember that experience. We talk about that experience. We still have the pictures from that experience and stuff like that. But it was just being made to feel that everybody was significant and everybody mattered and everybody had a important role to play. And you were the spearheader and leader of all that. And we felt that and we remember that. And here it is 5 years later, we're still talking about that. And that's a testament to you and your team. And we love and adore you. And shout out to Mike and your whole team. We can't wait to work together again. Distance is no issue.
That's
We'll
right.
get there one way or the other,
And I tell
and
you,
we're looking forward to it.
and I tell you right now, you get that red zone, green zone, yellow zone. We be there next week.
We sure will. Yeah, man.
Aw.
Yeah.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. You guys
Yes.
make me cry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, but you're so welcome, Leanna, and continued success to you. And like I said, any support that you need,
That's
any
right.
films coming out, hey, we'll serve as that marketing to shout it out there and let people know where they can find it and go watch it and things like that. And one of the benefits for casting me and Nikee is you get free marketing,
Hello.
free worldwide marketing,
Hello.
and 2 good actors. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's a win-win.
it's a win-win situation.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, take care and say hello to everyone. And
Yes.
thanks again for coming on the show. We really enjoyed you, and it was really good reconnecting again. So
Yes, it was.
yeah,
It was. Thank you guys so much. Take care.
yeah.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, wasn't she awesome?
Awesome sauce.
So awesome.
Yeah, she's
If
awesome.
she hook up that red zone, green zone, yellow zone.
We'll
Shoot,
be there.
we'll be there next
We'll be there
week.
next week. Yes, we will. Face mask and all,
That's
face
right.
shield.
Shoot,
Yeah,
we are
man.
ready.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I remember Nikee too. Remember they had me stand on that box.
Yeah,
And
and
he
stand
said-
on that crate.
Oh my! It was so funny.
That was
He
funny.
said, "Don't go out of this perimeter." I'm like,
Right,
"Out of the
right,
perimeter,
right.
I'm going for."
Yeah, I remember, man. I remember that.
It was
And
hilarious.
you had on the army fatigues, and you had
Yes.
the rifle.
Yes.
And remember, Daquan was also
Yup.
authority figure.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. So
Listen,
yeah,
I was so happy they gave me that gun.
yeah.
I was happy.
You be itching to get a gun.
I
I'm
wanted
telling
the big gun. He tried
you.
to
They
give
gave you the big gun.
No, because he tried to give me the small gun
At
first.
first, yeah,
he
he did.
said,
He did.
I said, I don't want that gun. I want that big gun right
Right
there.
there,
He
yeah.
finally gave it to me. I was
And the gun was bigger than you.
happy. It
That's
was,
the thing
though.
about
It was.
Yeah, the gun was- that jaw was. It was.
It
That was,
was,
fun, man.
though. That was the very first set. And it was my first overnight shoot.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
Man. We had so much fun. We were just finding ways to entertain ourselves and
Yes.
holding. They had the guy that was doing the makeup, did a phenomenal job making everybody like zombies with the latex and all that stuff.
It was
we were,
awesome.
We were playing Hangman on that. And that's where we met our man,
Who?
Harvey. The
Yeah,
policeman, Detroit police
yeah,
officer.
yeah,
Remember
yeah,
we met
yeah,
him there.
yeah,
Who we also had on the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. We shot that in a cemetery.
Yeah, we sure did.
I was like, we're in a cemetery.
Yeah, we shot that in a
shooting
yeah.
a zombie
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. Well, that's where you were
I
shooting.
know, but
But it was a real cemetery.
it was a real cemetery,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
That's the thing. It was
Yeah.
a real cemetery, and I
Yeah.
was like, whoa.
Yeah. That man, yeah, we met Darrell A. Harvey, Detroit police officer, who
Yeah.
also worked on The Wire as their guns and props.
Yep.
We met a lot of people on that set.
Yep.
And it was just so much fun. We had man, we was in there playing Hangman.
Oh, we had a ball.
we were playing movie Hangman.
We had a ball.
And we was getting them wrong on purpose, man. That was
Remember that dude who he had to leave to go to a party and he wanted to come back.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. I think he came back
I
too.
don't know if he did he come back.
I think he might have came
And
back.
everybody was like, dude, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't.
yeah.
He said, this is my first overnight shoot.
Right.
But I gotta go to this party and I'll be
Right.
back. Oh my God. What did you say to him? Never leave the set.
Never leave the set. That's right.
It was
That's
hilarious.
right.
We had so much fun on
That was fun.
Oh my goodness, we had so much fun on that set,
Yeah,
man. I'm tired
yeah.
to tell you. We had so much fun. Nobody knew I was standing on a crate.
I know. Movie magic. You know what I'm
Movie
saying?
magic.
Movie magic.
And it didn't even look like it.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, you can't even see the crate.
Yeah, that's right.
It didn't
well,
even
you're not
look
supposed
like
to see the crate. They
I
can't
know
show
it,
that.
but
Yeah.
nobody knew because I was not trying to back up.
Right,
I was
right.
telling y'all to back up, and I was standing there.
Right. Like you couldn't move. You only could move your waist.
I know,
Talking
like,
about
get
back up.
back. I was
Everybody
like,
back
get
up. You-
back, get back.
Swinging the gun from side to side. But yeah, man, that was it.
fun.
It's
That
a
was fun.
fun set, fun interview, man. Brought back good memories.
Yeah,
And Leanna is a beautiful soul.
there she is.
You know what I mean? Just some people that you could just say it's just such a beautiful soul. And once again, shout out to her husband Mike, phenomenal actor. He was in Bar Study.
Mhm.
He was also in, of course, Decay.
Yeah.
And they make a great team. And then they got their team of people. And one of the major things we heard come out of there, they actually like each other. They like being around each other. They want to help each other. They want to support each other. They got like-mindedness, like-heartedness, and they had a common goal of all of them being successful. And I wait to see what they're going to accomplish as a team. I mean, they got a lot of accomplished people in there. You know what I mean?
Mike gonna get her though. She called him a diva.
I know he gonna hear. I'm a diva. No, you're the diva.
She called him a diva. He gonna get her. That is so funny.
When they say Hollywood,
Hollywood,
Hollywood, yeah, man.
He gonna get her.
Yeah, man. But you know, this is evidence. Once again, life comes full circle. Mm-hmm. Here it is, 5 years later.
5 years later,
and we're reconnecting, and we already know that we're going to further reconnect in the future.
Right.
And we're looking forward to it, man. You know, we're looking forward to it.
Whether
it's in Hawaii, you know what I'm saying? Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Canada. You know, oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Anyway, that's an inside joke, y'all. Man, listen. That's an inside joke, but anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, but that was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, that was.
Man. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
All right, so we're going to take a break?
Yep, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be time for News and Sports.
Scholars Professional Editing Firm consists of a specialized group of academic doctors, editors, and statisticians that keep doctoral candidates moving through the academic doctoral process. The Scholars Group accepts doctoral dissertation, capstone projects, premise, research studies, research proposals, and oral defense preparations and presentations. The Scholars offer both qualitative and quantitative research assistant data analysis, dissertation, editing, writing support, and mentorship through their bootcamp 8-week online program. The Scholars Professional Editing Group will keep you moving. And for more information, visit www.thescholarsedititing.com. That's www.thescholarsedititing.com or contact Dr. Tamika Haynes at 281-315-6053. All right.
Okay.
All right.
So now it's time for News and Sports.
All right. So in sports, it was a boxing bonanza weekend. Terrence Crawford versus Kell Brook fight results. Bud closes the show with vicious fourth-round knockout. So Crawford overcame a slow start to put the finishing touches on his opponent in Las Vegas this past Saturday. For all the talk about who Terrence Crawford isn't fighting while sitting on the wrong side of boxing's network and promotional divide, and unbeaten WBO welterweight championship does a great job of reminding just how great he is each time he steps in the ring. Crawford, 37-0 with 28 knockouts, overcame a slow start by making the calculated adjustment to move to southpaw. From there, he went on to dismantle former 147-pound title holder Kell Brooks last Saturday in a fourth-round TKO inside the MGM Grand Conference Center in Las Vegas. Although Brooks, 39-3, 27 knockouts, looked fantastic on the scales Friday in his first return to welterweight since losing his IBF title in 2017, and looked sharp off the start behind his jab, Crawford's precise counterpunching and nasty ability to finish opponents when hurt turned out to be the difference. He said, I was just trying to gauge the distance, and I was trying to find my rhythm in between getting my distance together, Crawford said. That's why it was so competitive early. I couldn't get my shots off. So although Crawford flirted with moving to southpaw in each of the opening two rounds, he clearly lost both by not throwing enough in return. So typically a slow starter, Crawford gained enough information he needed to make the key adjustment, which was moving lefty on a full-time basis in round 3 and effectively taking away the Brook jab that had been the foundation of his early success. He said, I just stepped forward a little and tried to throw a little bit more punches, but not too much, Crawford said. Then I caught him a couple of times. Crawford hurt Brooks in round 4 with a surprising counter right hand that was half hook and jab, which caused him to stagger into the ropes. Crawford followed up with the clean left hook before referee Tony Weeks jumped in and ruled a knockdown and separated them. So after the restart, Crawford unlocked a 3-punch combination that ended with 2 left hands, which forced Weeks to rescue Brooks on his feet at 1:14. So in the co-main event, controversy erupted as Joshua Franco and Andrew Maloney battled it out in a rematch for the WBA super flyweight title. Maloney appeared to injure Franco with a punch in the second round that caused severe swelling around Franco's right eye. So much so that the referee called off the fight because the eye had swollen shut.
Oh, wow.
However, after a nearly 30-minute instant replay review, I'm going to say it again, 30-minute instant replay review by both Robert Byrd and Commissioner Executive Director Bob Bennett, the ruling, which was originally called a TKO win for Maloney, was overturned to a no contest after officials believed they saw multiple headbutts from Maloney led to the swelling around Franco's eye. All replays shown on the broadcast appear to show a straight jab into the eye that caused the damage. Now, I watched the fight, 30-minute delay. They said that the headbutt came at the 2 minute and 10 second mark. When they showed the action at the 2 minute and 10 second mark, they did bump heads. But here's the thing. But the eye that got shut was on the other side of his face. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the controversy get, because even the commentators were saying, I'm not seeing a headbutt. If there was a headbutt, it should have been on his left eye, not his right eye. So this match was for a belt. And so the guy who got his eye shut retained his belt due to not being able to continue due to an accidental headbutt. At least that was what was ruled. Now, here's the thing. The purpose of instant replay is to minimize human error. When you watch instant replay for 30 minutes and still get it wrong, you got to start looking at some other things that may be involved, including and or not limited to politics, favoritism, and things of the sort. So, and it takes away from the sport. It really does take away from the sport. They did show the clip where he did punch him right in that right eye. So, it was a controversial ending. They ruled it a no contest, and that was one of the most controversial fights I had ever watched in my time, where if you're going to say there was a headbutt, you have to show that on instant replay. And they were not able to show it. You see what I'm saying? If they're going to show heads coming together, but the eye that got shut is on the other side of the face, well, you still got to find the clip. And they weren't in my opinion, they were not able to find the clip.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest, out of all the sports there is, that is one sport that I can't watch. I cannot sit and watch boxing because, all the hits that they have to take on, and then when the eye is bust out and the blood, I just can't. I would say I can watch maybe the first 3 rounds. Right. But once I start seeing the blood gushing out, I can't do it anymore. Now, I did watch a Tyson fight, and that was only seconds.
Well, that didn't last long. There wasn't no blood.
Yeah, there wasn't no blood.
He just got knocked out.
He just got knocked out. So I can watch Tyson. I don't know. I can't watch, the other boxers when they go round for round, 12 round. Like, oh, come on. Somebody fall already and stay down. Yeah. But, I can't do that.
It's interesting, man. You have to have, in my opinion, somewhat of a craziness about you to box. Like, you're going into this sport every night knowing that you could potentially be given a concussion. Like, that comes with it. You're going into this fight knowing that you could potentially have your eyes split open. And it takes a special crazy, in my opinion, to box and play football. Because it's constant collision every play.
Oh, my God.
And, in football as well as in boxing, your life is on the line.
On the line.
Every second.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Your life is on the line, let alone minor or major injuries. You know what I mean? And so...
I tell you. Oh, God. I just can't. Like I said, the first couple of rounds I can watch. But once I see that blood coming out, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't.
And then the
do it
camera
anymore.
wants to show the gash over the eye all
no.
up close,
Oh, no.
and they're sticking packing.
Oh, stop it, Kevin.
What's that? What's that? Vaseline in there, and Q-tips. It's I can't.
You're making my stomach crawl. I can't do it.
All right, we gotta move along.
Yeah, let's move on.
So that's all I have in sports. Congratulations to Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
And hey, boxing commission, we got to fix them controversial calls.
Yeah.
The instant replay is supposed to minimize human error. Let's let that happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, in news, it's no secret what's going on with this election.
Mm-hmm.
No secret. Biden is the president-elect, but there has not been no concession.
Wow.
Trump does not want to concede. He is too busy filing lawsuits and calling for recounts. And it's to my understanding, some of the states that he called for recounts, they recounted, and Biden had more.
Oh my! You lost twice.
More.
He lost twice.
So I mean, this let me tell you, children, this is crazy, crazy. They put up a clip on Instagram of when Trump won and how Obama had to call him over to the White House to hand over some, documents and different things he needs. And, Obama sat him down and talked to him and told him about some things. And Biden is not getting that.
Yeah.
Biden is not getting that. And a lot of people are saying that Biden is being robbed of the presidency because he can't have this smooth transition. Now, from what I understand, the inauguration is in January.
That's right.
And right now, Biden is still president-elect. Kamala Harris is still vice president-elect. But ain't nothing going on because Trump won't leave.
Right.
And this thing is, this thing is getting out of control. And now we're about to have, Trump is about to have a march.
Oh, he already had it. It was supposed to have been the Mega Man March, but it fell pretty short of Mega. But it still was a lot of people out there acting a fool, and somewhat violence erupted in some areas, and it's just been a not so positive transition. And that's probably us putting it lightly.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
this is some crazy stuff right here. And everybody is talking about it. Everyone's talking about it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah. Everybody is talking about it. And everybody's like, listen, concede so we can move on. Yeah. That's what they're saying. Concede so we can move on. But Trump is like, I'm not leaving.
And you know what? Here's the other thing, too, that was disheartening. Joe Biden and his administration are pleading with the Trump administration to hand over files and pertinent information so that they can deal with this pandemic, because the numbers are spiking, the numbers are on the rise, and they want to try to, if they can, get this thing under control before he gets in office in January.
Yeah.
Because Biden's camp is kind of saying, hey, I can't really do much until I get in office in January, but what are we supposed to do from now till then? Yeah. And Trump doesn't want to hand over classified information. And it goes back to what I said last week when we started talking about the love of the country. And when you love the country or you want to fight for the country, you feel that way about the country, whether you're the one in office or you're not. And I got to take a chapter out of Black Panther. Danny's character said it the best. I'm loyal to that throne no matter who sits on it.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, that's the perspective that we need to have. Now, of course, that's not going to happen. You have people who are diehard, loyal to their political party, and nobody's asking you to change it. What we're asking is for people to be decent human beings. You know what I mean? You can have your love and loyalty for your party, but whatever happened to still being a good person, a civil person, a compassionate and loving person in that process? You can be upset that your party, quote unquote, lost, for lack of a better way of saying it. But why does that have to culminate into not being a decent human being? Packing artillery into a Hummer, and the violence and the shouting at one another and acting negative.
Yeah.
You know?
And the crazy part about it is that everybody can see that this is wrong, but a certain group of people. When have you ever heard of anybody, like you said, packing M16s and coming from Virginia down to Philadelphia to shoot up a darn place? What was it? It was the convention center. To shoot up the convention center where they're recounting.
Yeah.
You called for the recount. The recount is happening. So why you got people coming down to shoot it up?
Right.
I don't understand. This is just some crazy. And if you can't see that, something is wrong.
If you can't see it, something's wrong with you. And if you are a condoner of it, something's wrong with you. But one of the questions I wrestle with is, why should it matter to people to be a good person when there's no penalty? There's no penalty for being a bad person other than committing crimes and antisocial behavior. And what I mean by that is, it takes a level of self-efficacy, something on the inside of you that don't have nothing to do with nobody else but me, myself, and I, that wants to motivate your own self to have good morals, good values, be a good upstanding citizen, and a decent person. Because we live in an era where treachery, deceit, all these characteristics are the norm in people that you meet. And politics, along with religion, those are just avenues that bring out the worst in people, along with weddings and funerals. But politics, it brings out the worst in people. It brings out the worst in people. You mean to tell me you can't still act? You can have your opinion. You can be upset. But you can't act like a civil, decent human being in this process. And you think that's good representation of you? And what kind of representation are you having of your political party? That this is how y'all act when y'all lose. And this is how y'all act when things aren't going your way. You know, it's just sad from a human being standpoint, the acts of violence and the negative anger and energy that's going back and forth. The rate is over.
It's over.
It's nothing nobody can do at this point.
Yeah.
Joe Biden is the president-elect. And so now the question becomes, how do we move forward, and how do we move forward positively? Now, guess who, and this is what some of the Republican Party are pleading with the Trump administration to turn over classified information for the sake of the country. Some of the Republican Party are even saying, Trump, you have the power to settle this anger among your followers by what you say and what you do, but he's not doing it.
He's not doing
it.
And he don't want to do it.
And he don't want to do it. And that, it just boils down to a human being, the human condition, and the human experience. And which one are we going to create and perpetuate? The negative one or the positive one? If we say that we love the country, hey, let's create a positive one. If we say we love the American people, let's create a positive one for the American people. So it's just a mess. We living in some tough times.
We're living in a mess. We're living in a mess.
It's a mess, man.
Yeah. We're living in a mess.
It kind of reminds me of that. You know how, like, when they bring in the new employee and the old one has to train the new one, and they're not telling them everything and showing them all the emails and giving them all the folders because they want to see them fail.
They want to see them fail.
It's kind of the same dynamic. You know what I mean? The same dynamic, But you know what? They are doing a lot of clowning videos on Facebook. You remember in Beverly Hills Cop when Eddie Murphy went to that place acting like he was delivering a pizza.
Yeah.
They threw him out the window.
Yeah.
Well, they took Axel Foley's body and put Trump face on it. And they was carrying him out. The guys was carrying him out and threw him out the window. And they were trying to say that this is what's going to have to happen to get him out the White House. But it's like people are just making a lot of fun of this thing, man, and I don't know if it's helping or hurting.
It's not funny.
It's
not a laughing matter. We are at war with ourselves.
Yeah, it's a civil war,
and it's crazy. And nobody's winning.
Yeah,
nobody's winning. You got people against people, and for what?
Right.
For what? Because one person told you to.
Right.
This is crazy. Get it together, man. Get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together. We are not at ends with each other. We're
Yeah.
not at odds with each other.
Yeah.
Stop letting somebody dictate who you like and who you don't like. That's stupid.
And letting people dictate who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then you got to think about this. Sometimes who someone else is can bring out who you really are.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're seeing a lot of that now.
Yeah, seeing a lot of that. A lot of that.
I mean, and then I was going to say, if your children was watching these commotions, what kind of modeling would that be? But then I saw the children out there with them. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, that throws out the window.
That's out the window.
They don't care about that one. You know what I mean?
Simple.
So it's just bad stuff.
That's it. That's all I got in
Yeah,
news.
that's enough.
Enough.
Yeah, I guess we'll keep people updated on what's going on.
We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, hopefully by some stroke of luck we can get them classified, documents transferred over so we can get this pandemic so people can stop dying.
Trump said we gonna be in this White House together. That's your wing over there. This is my wing over here.
It.
I ain't leaving.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be called Dema-Ublican.
That's what
It's gonna be Dema-Ublican. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like the yin and yang, the Dema-Ublican.
Yes.
And that's gonna be called.
Yes.
It might be the first time in American history.
And both of the first ladies gonna be in the kitchen making pie. Hey, let me stop. Let's move on.
All right, we need to move on. All right, so we're gonna take a break. And when we come back, it's going to be time for my favorite part of the show. We're going to find out what's bothering Nikee. It's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, and we will
be right back.
We're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting every time you're near, every time I see your smile, hear your hello saying you can only stay a while. And I know that it's hard for you to say the things we both know.
All right.
All right.
All right. So we are back. We are back.
Okay. You sound like a, what is that?
A sheep.
Yeah.
A sheep. We are back.
A sheep.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so now it's time for my favorite part of the show. We're going to find out what's bothering Nikee. What's bothering you, Nick?
Man, here it go. How far are you willing to go to be with somebody?
Okay.
How far are you willing to go?
I think you headed down that marriage show again.
No.
Okay.
No. How far are you willing to go to be with someone?
Mm-hmm.
How far are you willing to go to say that you stand with this person? If the person says, okay, everybody, we're going to jump off this cliff. At what point do you say, nah, that don't sound right?
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you say, hold up, let's talk about this because this don't look right, this don't sound right. How far are you willing to go before you pump your brakes and say, I can't do that?
And think for yourself. Yeah.
And think for yourself.
Right. Yeah.
This is how cults get started.
Yeah.
By constantly moving. All of you are moving and nobody is saying nothing.
Yeah.
And then when the worst happens, you still sit there like a deer in headlights, like, what do I do? Should I have said something before? But now it's too late. And it's hard now to pull yourself back. How far are you willing to go before you just be like, I can't do it?
Right. You know, remember in Barbershop when the Black Panthers came in the barbershop?
Oh my God.
And he was like,
yes.
When they start shooting, we gonna start shooting. And you know what? Just matter of fact, when they get shot, we all gonna get shot. And Seth and say, whoa. I don't know about getting shot. He said, y'all must be crazy, man. But that's what you're talking about. Yes. That's it right there.
But it's crazy. I look at Jim Jones, and we talked about this before. Yeah. I look at, let's take Jim Jones for an example. Mm-hmm. Jim Jones had people selling all of their stuff. And
they drunk the Kool-Aid.
And
they end up drinking the
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting and I'm watching this story and I'm like, hold up.
Yeah.
At what point do you say, hell no?
But you know what? And to add to what you're saying, I think, and I don't know it all, but I'm learned at what I do speak about. And to add to what you're saying, one of the deeper issues, and I'm sure there's many levels to this deeper issue, is what makes you strip yourself of yourself?
Yeah.
To sell out, to follow someone.
Yeah.
What big holes and voids do you have in your life that you've allowed someone that doesn't mean you know well to fill so much so that you would follow them to the point of drinking poison? Yeah. Is something lacking and lost deeply in one's personal life to the point that you would be gullible, blinded, that you would be taken advantage of and stripped of your own mind, so much so that you would follow something that's not good for you.
Yeah.
It's something deeper. There's a deeper issue going on. I would
like to understand that. Like, what is this person saying to you that triggers something in your brain that says, I don't care where you going, we living, we dying, we doing it together. Like, what is that?
And you all in.
Yeah.
And here's another thing too. Here's another deeper issue. How did one get to the point where that person has become almost like a God figure in that person's life?
Yes.
To the point where you can see in your eyes, they can say no wrong, do no wrong, and the wrong that they do, you don't see it as that.
Yes.
It's something lacking in a person's life that you would subject yourself. Now, there's a such thing of manipulation, deceitfulness, but yet and still, there's still something lacking in one's life where you can't, like you said, pump the brakes and say, wait a minute. This part right here, I can't rock with.
Yeah.
And sometimes, a lot of times, that doesn't happen.
And I just want to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What is it that makes you say, I'm coming with you and I don't care what happens?
Yeah.
Like, what is this person saying to you, and what is it that makes you just overlook stuff?
Right.
People are getting hurt. People are dying. I mean, so are you saying that you can sit right next to somebody, watch them drop dead from what this person is doing, and you don't even flinch?
Mm-hmm. And you don't have a problem.
You don't have a problem with it? I just would like to figure this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way I'm programmed, I ride with you. But when something ain't right and that thing in the stomach start tugging, I'm out.
Right.
I'm not going to sit and watch anybody get hurt, because that's my first thing. Is anybody getting hurt?
Yeah.
No, nobody getting hurt. Okay, so what is the foundation? If the foundation is off, I can't follow you anyway.
Right. And, I saw this video on Facebook that my buddy Gerald put up. It was these deers that was running across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, cars had stopped. Mm-hmm. And they jumped, they had to jump over, like the median. So there was the median in the middle, and then there was another median. And they would jump over the median from one road to the next, and then they jumped over the final median. And then the next picture was a bunch of deers that was dead because they fell all the way down, and the caption said something about, about following people. Yeah. Oh, these are some of the things that can happen to you by following people, because the other deers were jumping over the median because the first deer jumped over. So the second deer jumped over the third deer, and they all end up falling to their death. And it seems like that's kind of what you're talking about. Yep. You got folks saying, jump over the median, and folks are just jumping over head first. You're killing yourself, whether it be spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. They're taking all your money, materially. They're taking all your material. Because there's more than one way to die other than physical.
Exactly. You don't ask no questions. Yeah. You just all in. Yeah. And this person can be leading you to your grave, but you ain't asking no questions. You just all in. You drinking the Kool-Aid and everything. Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with you that allows you just to forget about. We're grown people here. We're not kids. Mm-hmm. We're grown people. What is wrong with you that just says to you, I'm following that person right there. Right. I don't care where we going. I'm going. Right. And all your senses just go right on out the window. Right. That sense that says that's wrong. Right. You don't care about that. You just keep on going. That sense that says somebody's getting ready to get hurt. You don't care about that. You just keep on going. Mm-hmm. We got to figure this thing out. Yeah. We got to figure this thing out, because people are leading people to their grave, and nobody is saying nothing. Yeah. We got to figure this thing out, and we have to stop it. We see it all the time when the buddy, hey, come on, go with me. We gonna go do this, that, and the third. Right. You don't ask no questions. You just get in the car.
Man, listen, I'll tell you a true story that I know of recently with these kids. You know what I'm saying? You got kids that are in these placements and things like that. These two girls was in a situation where they were at a placement. To my understanding, they met for the first time at this particular placement. The older girl convinced the younger girl to AWOL, come on with me, AWOL, because she got on social media. Her friends were egging her on, telling her, y'all need to just leave, y'all need to just leave. They left, went and hooked up with these men at it was like a hotel or house, and they end up getting raped. And I look at, you know what I'm saying? They end up getting raped. And it's like, you want to follow the leader. And you could get yourself into some bad situations, man.
I'm telling you right now, you out of luck with me. You trying to get me to go somewhere, I will interrogate your ass worse than the damn police. You ain't getting me to go nowhere. I got 1,001 questions. Forget that. Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't do it. And I will hang up on you and shut the damn door in your face. Don't show up at my house trying to get me to go nowhere, because it ain't happening. You better be an interrogation person when somebody trying to get you to go somewhere, you better start asking, where we going? How we going to get there? What we going there for? Ask your question.
What's going to happen when we get there?
That's right.
You know? Yeah.
Stop following people all over the damn place. Like what you call it? Like a damn, I don't know. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it. These people are leading you to your grave and you are just going for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. That's it. That's all.
All right. That was enough right there, man.
That's it.
All right. All right.
That's it.
You got a little extra hype on that one.
Because it just,
Yeah.
Kev, it just bothers me, man. It really does. And I'm looking at this election and I'm trying to figure out what is this man saying to you that got you just going, and you ain't asking no questions, nothing.
Right.
Them people with Jim Jones. First of all, you ain't gonna get me to sell my house and we go live in a damn desert. I'm sorry, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. No. What is this man? What did this man say to them people that had them do that and they drink that damn Kool-Aid? Like, what did he say?
Right.
That got you just, all right, okay, come on, let's go. Yeah. What did he say? I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah. So, that's it. I mean, stop being ask questions. Stop being a follower. Ask questions. Do something. Damn. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Let's move on. We're going to be here all day.
We're going to be here all day.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. Right. Okay. We're going to take another break. And when we come back, it's going to be time for my favorite part of the show because I know he's going to bring it down. Because right now, we on 10. He going to bring us down to 1. Kevin's Corner when we come back. It's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, and we will be right back.
I found myself dreaming in silver and gold, like a scene from a movie that every broken heart knows. We were walking on moonlight, and you pulled me close. Split second and you disappeared, and then I was all alone. I woke up in tears with you by my side, breath of relief, and I realized no, we're not promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye.
In the blink of an eye, just a whisper of smoke, you could lose everything. The truth is you never know. So I'll kiss you longer, babe. Any chance that I get, I'll make the most of the minutes alone with no regrets. So let's take our time to say what we want. What we got before it's all gone. 'Cause no, we're not promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye.
to the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio.
All right.
We are back.
All right, we're
bring
back.
it down. Bring it
We're
down.
back. We're gonna bring it
Bring
down.
it down, Kev.
Bring it
Bring
down,
it
down,
down.
down. All right.
Bring it down, Kev.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's Corner.
All right. So we in week number 84. We're still dealing with the signs that was operational. Wait. So we're gonna keep the high vibration. So we're going to keep the high vibration train moving.
Choo-choo.
We're in week number 84. We're still dealing with the signs that one is operating on a high vibration and frequency in life. All we're trying to do is just raise our frequency. That's it.
That's it.
Raise our energy. That's it.
That's it.
Positively.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to deal with two more characteristics, number 134 and 135. Let's start with number 134. You have a plan for your life. A life plan is a roadmap for your life that helps you prioritize what is important to you, make decisions based on your priorities, and move towards the life you want. It should provide a clear path for your life, but it should also be flexible. As your life changes, your values and your priorities, they may also change. It is a set of actions for achieving something in the future, especially a set of actions that have been considered carefully and in detail. You don't just plan, you have a plan. You have a plan and you follow it every day. It's understanding that if we fail to plan, we plan to fail.
That's right.
And failure is not an option unless we choose to be a nomad in life, aimlessly coming and going, but not getting anywhere fast. Which brings me to my next characteristic, number 135. You focus on your life plan every day. What does it mean to have a focus on one's life? Glad you asked. Having a focus for your life simply means committing your life to doing something that is important to you. The such thing is not only important to you, but also dear to your heart, and doing it brings you joy, fulfillment, and satisfaction. But get this part, y'all. Don't leave this out. But most importantly, it's for others as well. It's understanding that you have to get to your destination so others can get to theirs. That's all I got.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
You got to have a plan for your life. You got to follow it every day. And you know what? What I've learned, especially the older you get, you really have to narrow your focus. When you have a plan for your life, a vision, dream, goals, aspiration, that roadmap serves as a guide in terms of what you get involved with, what you don't get involved with, who you get involved with, who you don't get involved with, what you say, what you don't say, where you go, where you don't go. Because if all those things don't fall in line with your dream, goals, aspiration, your plan, and your vision for your life, you can't put your energy there. You can't put your energy there because it needs to be in those positive areas that's in line with your life goal. And you can always tell people who don't have life goals, they haven't found their purpose, not walking in their purpose, and that they're nomadic because they're always into negativity, gossip. They focus negatively on other people and trying to tear other people down, critical of other people. And Steve Harvey said it best. He said he is convinced that there are just some people who are just born to criticize others. But how can you be focused on your purpose if you're too busy negatively focused on somebody else's purpose? And, you know, when you have that roadmap called your goals, dreams, aspirations, your plan, it's going to serve as a guide every day. And you start to say, nah, I got to eliminate this. I don't want to be a part of this, because you have to stay focused on this. And having a life without a purpose, having a life without a plan, having a life without a place that you're going, it's the walking dead.
It is.
It's the walking dead.
It is.
It's a miserable life.
Just like being a follower, the walking dead.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it. That is it.
All right.
All right.
Put it out there.
All right. Thank you guys so much. As we say each week, and we mean it every week. Every time we say it, we mean it. Thank you so much from the top, middle, and bottom of our hearts for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. You guys are our motivation, inspiration, encouragement. We do what we do for you, and we can't do what we do without you. As long as y'all keep tuning in, we're going to keep bringing y'all these hot guests, hot shows, hot topics Man, hot conversations, hot music, many adventures of Kevin and Nikee, what's bothering Nikee's Kevin's Corner, and so forth and so on. So I'm actor Kevin D. Benton. You can follow me on Facebook, Kevin D. Benton, on Twitter, at Kevin D. Benton, and on Instagram, actor Kevin D. Benton. And you can find us on YouTube. Actor Kevin D. Benton and actress Nikee Warren.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Nikee Warren, on Twitter, at Nikee Warren, and on the gram. Hello, I'm Nikee. That's spelled HELLOIMNIKEE. You can find our show, the Kevin Nikee Show, on Facebook, at Kevin Nikee Show on Twitter, and the Kevin Nikee Show on the gram. We keep it simple so that you can find us.
Yeah.
Now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding our show, hit us up, Kevin Nikee Show at yahoo.com. You got any questions, comments, concerns for our special guest?
Anna Billings.
Hit us up. The Kevin Nikee Show at yahoo.com. We'll read it to her, get the answer, and read it back. And like we say every week, who knows, your letter can be featured on our show. Listen, people, be a leader, not a follower. Stop letting people lead you to your death. Get some thinking about yourself. Something. They ain't got no foundation. That's it. You can't be vibing with them anyway. That's it.
All right.
It's
the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, and we are
out of here.
Peace.
Alright. Ain't this what you came for? Don't you wish you came more? Girl, what you playing for? Come on, let me kiss that. Ooh, I know you missed that. What's wrong? Let me fix that. Twist that. Baby, tonight's the night I let you know. Baby, tonight's the night we lose control. Baby, tonight you need that. Tonight, believe that. Tonight I'll be the best you ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be the best you ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be the best you ever had. I hit you with the best stroke, freestyle in the breaststroke, till you're blowing cigarette smoke, and now the bed's broke. So what we gonna do now? Round two now. Work it out, then we cool down, cool down. Baby, tonight's the night I let you know. Baby, tonight's the night we lose control. Baby, tonight you need that. Tonight, believe that. Tonight I'll be the best you ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be the best you ever had. I don't wanna brag, I'll be
You a little bit of this light skin love,
the best you ever had.
Listen, you ain't even gotta text me. Knowing me and you got that mental telepathy, meet me up at the spot, I'll be sending over the chauffeur. Rich nigga, bread stay popping up like a toaster. Nobody come close to me and you together. Step under my umbrella, we'll make it through any weather, except when I make it storm. Sex in the greatest form, then hibernate under my body. And yep, I keep you warm and in a chinchilla. She know I beat it up like the Thriller in Manila. Flying my private jet to villas in Anguilla. Then throw you on the grill, that's 'cause 7 days a week you're my 5-course meal.
Baby, tonight's the night I let you know. Baby, tonight's the night we lose control. Baby, tonight you need that. Tonight, believe that. Tonight I'll be the best you ever had. I don't wanna brag,
have been listening to the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. You have been listening to the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio.